Hello friends, I'm Mike, the hi-fi fanatic behind Audio Arkitekts. For those of you who are already subscribed, it's good to see you back for more. Suppose you are a first timer and you're into speakers, amplifiers, CD players, subwoofers, good music, basically all things audio. In that case, you're in the right place. It would be best if you stuck around for a bit because I will be experiencing some high performance bass from Perlisten Audio's D12s. I haven't reviewed a subwoofer in quite some time. It feels good to shake my walls again. There are many people out there in audio world that don't use subwoofers and want nothing to do with them. And that's okay. More bass for us. However, in reality, I feel that a subwoofer is quite nice to have if you desire to really feel the music. Now, for all you realists out there, yes, most modern music will taper off around the 20 to 30 hertz range. However, many speakers struggle to perform with strength and authority at those low levels. So, what I like to do is when I listen to music on my 2-channel setup, I will turn the subwoofer's crossover to around 10 hertz above where the speakers begin to fall off, so they blend nicely with the main speakers. A good balance between your subwoofer and speakers is a significant aspect of achieving an excellent system synergy. The best type of subwoofer doesn't overpower the music coming from your speakers. It's not supposed to. Now, switching gears for a second, if you are watching a movie with a ton of low-end bass, you'd only be cheating yourself of a well-rounded sonic experience without the help of a subwoofer. Movies need that tactile impact to fully enjoy what the sound engineers wanted you to hear and feel. I understand home theater and 2-channel listening are just two completely different disciplines. Therefore, I chose the Perlisten D12s for this review. I wanted a subwoofer small enough to fit where I wanted it to go, yet strong enough to provide me with that sweet bass I love so much. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive into the tech integrated with the subwoofer and its specs. First things first, this subwoofer is a bit bigger than I expected and a bit heavier than anticipated, coming in at a whopping 90.2 pounds. When they say on their website that this is their smallest footprint in a subwoofer, that's quite intimidating when thinking about actually carrying one of their big boys up a flight of stairs. I may look big, guys, but I haven't seen the inside of a gym in a very long time. And that 90-pound Titan was enough of a workout for me. This subwoofer is sealed. As some of you may know, you need a bit more power for a sealed subwoofer to get as loud as a ported enclosure. So, Perlisten implemented 1500 watts RMS into their plate amplifier to make sure there is plenty of juice to fill the room. Several features stood out for me. The first is their THX Dominus certification, which is very reassuring since THX gave their highest possible accreditation to this product. They are considered the gold standard in audio fidelity, so they are trustworthy. And they don't give out the Dominus designation to just anyone. You must meet and exceed many criteria. One of the first features I fiddled with was the 3 different EQ settings. I measured all independently from one another to see if they had a, big difference in performance. There's a small room EQ, a large room EQ, and a THX EQ. You'll have to skip to the REW segment to find out how each of those performed in room. Next on the list is the mobile app. You can literally control every setting through this intuitive app, from the gain, the EQ settings, and the parametric EQ. It was simple to download and configure with the subwoofer. Took a few minutes, that's about it. Aside from the app, there's a small 2.4-inch LCD color touchscreen on top of the subwoofer enclosure, which is really cool. This touchscreen can also be used for adjusting the settings. Another fun highlight is the 10-band parametric EQ with 3 user presets. It reminded me of using the mini DSP to tune my DIY subwoofer, so it's nice to have this feature natively within the subwoofer itself. Super convenient. Aesthetically, it's unique and classy. The front fascia hugs the carbon fiber driver in a matte black finish. I like the aesthetic since it's different from your everyday, just square subwoofer design. The rest of the enclosure is a gorgeous glossy piano black. They kept it clean and straightforward on the rear of the unit with a pair of balanced and unbalanced inputs and outputs. Since the adjustments happen in the app or on the small touchscreen, there really is no need to bother with those annoyingly tricky to get to knobs on the rear. That is just, Judging by the design and features, does it feel like a $4,000 subwoofer? Well, so far they are on the right track. However, what will solidify my opinion is the objective measurement and subjective listening experience. Let's get to it. I performed an in-room measurement of this subwoofer. Honestly, guys, I thought I had broken my microphone. The results of the measurements were very, very unexpected. I have measured a lot of subwoofers in my days. The only one to get even close to a beautiful measurement like this is the DIY Punisher project I built myself. Hit it. Okay, let's take a look at the measurement graph. So for this graph, I measured all 3 EQs provided using consistent volume and gain, with any type of tonal controls turned off on the Evo 150. So here we have a really nice measurement. The THX EQ is the one in the green, providing the most balanced linearity out of the 3. However, we have a kind of a huge issue there with the 70 Hertz range, probably the sub reacting to the room. So I went inside the mobile app to fiddle with the parametric EQ and came up with this graph. It's much more attractive. Aside from the minor room artifacts, its linearity is out of this world. So needless to say that PEQ makes quite the difference when tuning this subwoofer. How would you describe perfect bass? I mean, for those of you who have been following along these last 2 years, you know I have been exposed to many subwoofers and a lot of bass. The only commercially available subwoofer that I have experienced that even comes close to matching the dynamic bass of the Perlisten D12s would be the Velodyne DD12s, which are both similar in price. However, it's obvious the D12s has the technology to push this company to the front of the line. My initial assumption was that this would be a wall shaker, and I wasn't wrong. It has a beautiful musicality when listening to my 2-channel system. It blended seamlessly with my Echelon Audio Veris 3 Grand Tower speakers. With its fast and furious impact and depth, you would think it's a larger driver than what it is. It's only a 12. Nothing changed when I introduced the D12s to my home theater situation. Of course, the first movie clip I had to watch was the racing scene in Ready Player One. I know. I think folks are probably exhausted from reviewers using that as a reference. However, when evaluating a single product or an entire system, this scene is an excellent way to experience an expansive frequency range all at once. So when the gorilla smashed into the landscape, my entire living room shook. It was a pleasant shake though. Not loud and distorted or floppy. It was detailed, provided incredible precision to the sound. Moving back over to the 2-channel system, I know I'm ping-ponging with you guys right now, I played several different songs from my Qobuz playlist via my Cambridge Audio Evo 150. The subwoofer is connected via the Boxer subwoofer cable from AudioQuest. I wanted to feel some deeper bass, so I played the song Stay by Hans Zimmer from the Interstellar soundtrack, which has unforgiving bass throughout the middle, practically the whole track. But another track I played was actually my own production. It's called Genesis from my debut album, The Day After. I'll link it down below in case you want to give it a listen. I made sure there was some intense bass in the song as I wanted this to be a base reference for my evaluations. Kind of wanted just to take it into my own hands, you know? This subwoofer just downright performed, guys, actually exceeding my initial expectations. I mean, I knew it would be good, but not this good. Okay, so I know I have raved quite a bit already about this subwoofer. This is not a puff piece, guys. I feel like if you are in the market for a long-term investment for your home theater and or 2-channel listening area, this could be a versatile option for you. So the question I will be asked quite a bit is the value proposition there. Is this subwoofer worth the asking price of $4,000? It's a lot, I know. It's an investment. If you have the budget for a subwoofer of this caliber, I would absolutely invest in the Perlisten D12s, or another Perlisten subwoofer for that matter. But from the near perfect measurement to the time I spent listening to this subwoofer, I thoroughly enjoyed my moments with this unit. The subwoofer is intuitive and sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm glad they went with the parametric EQ rather than some proprietary room correction software that's way overcomplicated. This way, it's simplified. You know, those familiar with REW can easily tune the subwoofer to the particular specs of your room. There isn't a long list of products I get excited about, guys, but this company coming brand new into the business and nailing it right out of the gate only tells me that their future is very forward-looking. The successors to their initial product offerings will probably only get better and better. Thank you all for joining me. If you're already subscribed, thank you. I have an online shop where I sell audio-inspired t-shirts. This is actually one of them, one of my first ones. T-shirts, hoodies, and other merch to help support the channel. I encourage you to check it out, maybe buy some stuff, and offer ideas for future designs. If you are new to Audio Arkitekts and like it so far, I encourage you to go back and check out some of my other videos to see if my channel is the right fit for you. And I would love for you to hit that thumbs up and end up subscribing and joining me on my journey in hi-fi. Thank you again for spending some of your day with me. I appreciate it. Take care, and I will see you next time.